you'll understand the selection. World number one, 13-1, his year win-loss record. That's 2 titles, the All England Championships and the Malaysian Premier Super Series. Last 16 in Singapore. Lost to Hu Yun, who went on to reach the final. So just 3 tournaments for him. No, he wasn't selected against Germany in neither the group round-robin stage or in the quarter-final on Thursday. But he was selected in the group against Thailand, against Boonsak-Bonsana, and that was very comfortable indeed, 14-8. So he will be well rested because, of course, Lin Dan was on duty for the quarter-final stage. 63 in the world rankings at the moment. Now, his win-loss record for the year, a couple of quarter-finals, the Swiss Grand Prix Gold and the Polish International, 3 tournaments for him. But his quarter-final yesterday against Su Jin Hao of Chinese Taipei was a fabulous match. He won the opening game to 12, lost the second to 13, and he was 8-13 down in the third. He won 9 straight points to go 17-13 up, and eventually, as you can see, won it 21-16 in an hour and 6 minutes. Now, our colleague Richard Kaufman was saying that he had been reading on one of the social media outlets that this man had dreamt that he was going to beat Chen Long in the Sudirman Cup. He's got his opportunity. Can dreams come true? Well, Steen and I talked about it a little earlier. Unlikely, but you never know in sport.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough because there's not a lot of weaknesses on the other side of the court with Chen Long. Of course, physically quite a bit more mature. But impressive game yesterday from Jonatan Christie, mainly because in the second game he had extreme trouble coping with the wind, but he learned throughout the third game and won it.
On my left, Indonesia, represented by Jonatan Christie. Amazing serve, Lavo Fleck.
Well, starts with a service error. And that's a definite sign of nerves, I assume. Oh, well, maybe not. You get a winning smash like that straight down the line. This, not surprisingly, is the first meeting between these two players. It's going wide. Yeah, even the coaches look a little subdued after seeing one of their players have such a catastrophic injury. No, I got it totally wrong. Who looks the more nervous?
Very unusual mistakes from Chen Long, but yeah, still early.
Well, quizzical look on the face of Chen Long when he asks his opponent to change the shuttle. Surely he knows about the drift. Don't think it was the shuttle. Simply that the drift is making the shuttle fly a little faster. Going towards that far side of the court as we look down. Oh, that's good. Lift, not full length, and that's possibly because of the drift as well.
Yeah, we saw yesterday that pretty much the solution on this side here, where you play with the drift, is to keep the initiative in the rally, stay in balance, and then mostly play the back court from your own front court. This is a bit easier, controlling the length of your shot from the front court instead of having to do it on the clear.
Found the net, but by the trajectory of the shuttle, I think it was probably going to go wide anyway.
This is how we know Chen Long. This is how he used to play. Very, very solid. And then waiting for an opportunity to launch his attack. Normally very hard to score against.
Missed it. Yeah, missed that as well. The inexperience.
Yeah, because this chance is not really a chance. I mean, he puts it so close to the line that if it hits the line, it's a winner. But there's a big, big risk that it's going to be wide and an easy point for Chen Long. If it's not close to the line, Chen Long's got it covered. As long as he's playing with correct length, Chen Long, it's really hard for the opponents to score against him.
Oh, good skill. Oh. Yeah, we'll just ask the coach, was I right to take it? And I think he was. Look, almost leaves it. He almost plays the perfect drop shot. Well, that would have been outrageous. It's a good rally. It's a fabulous rally. Well, he was being pushed and pulled to all four corners, Chen Long. Under pressure. Sent in the wrong direction and then suddenly unleashes the winning smash from nowhere.
See that easy mistakes after such long rally for these younger, inexperienced players. Takes some experience to know that you actually have to play or be willing to play these rallies every single time. Have to be able to work for it and be willing to play with patience. What a great net shot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you don't get any better than that.
6, 9.
Oh. Yeah. Good variation.
Yeah, clever shot. Not with a whole lot of pace, but the variation does the damage.
No, I'm surprised they're being allowed to tell down when we're potentially just 1 point away from the mid-game interval. I said that earlier in the week, didn't I? And then they played another 4 points before we got to the mid-game interval. Put me in my place. No, indeed it is only 1 extra point until the mid-game interval. 5 points the advantage. Now, just as much being said at the moment from Chen Long as coach Charles Rangeur. This is the thing, isn't it? Look at the power in the legs to recover. We always talk in badminton about the need to take the shuttle early, but also these great players have that recovery is so good.
Yeah, and it's not only the recovery, it's also the quality of the recovery, and a lot of players, I feel, don't think about this. It's not just about getting the shuttle back. If you get it back, that's fine. But how's your position after you get it back? So you need to practice so you get it back and sort of give yourself a little bit of a better chance to survive the next 2 or 3 shots as well.
Yeah.
And Jonatan Christie lost the last 11 points, 9-2. So much for the nervousness of Chen Long.
Yeah. It's a good rally, isn't it? Look. That's it. Oh, it's gone long. Yeah, it was long.
looking a little disheartened now.
Yeah.
Jonatan Christie, he's sort of woken up. The thing is that he's actually, in my opinion, played quite a good game that would more or less keep him in the match against most of the other players in the Super Series circuit. Good shot.
Yeah, good follow-up too.
Then we have this variation in the attack. Instead of just firing away all the time, sometimes it's really helpful to be precise.
Indonesia have got a good crop of young men's singles players at the moment, haven't they?
They do.
And I thought it was very, very interesting that the 3 youngsters that they brought here, men's singles players, to the Sudirman Cup. I don't think it had been in earlier plans because all 3 of them were entered into the New Zealand Grand Prix Gold event. And how nice to see another country coming into the Grand Prix Gold, one of the second tier of tournaments just below the Super Series. And Indonesia withdrew all 3 players so that they could then focus on this Sudirman Cup.
Yeah, and we haven't seen the player Isan in this tournament, but we saw Firman Kolik against Jano Jorgensen, and I feel also there that he played a good game.
Yeah.
He just wasn't as physical as Jano Jorgensen and as efficient, but if they can get a number of players coming up together, challenging each other with different playing styles, I think we're going to hear a lot more of Indonesian men's singles in 2-3 years' time.
Yeah.
And I can see why Firman probably could be ranked number 1 when he plays against players that are less physical. Because what a fantastic technique he had. And
yeah.
Jonatan, I feel, is a bit more efficient in his game.
Oh,
that's good.
That is delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what you're looking for as a coach sitting out on the chair, saying, is there any situations where we can sort of challenge the opponent, where we can score some points? And I feel that he's got a lot of variations from his long forehand, and that's not so common. Normally the players have more variation from the backhand side.
Yeah, you see now that's another rally where Jonatan Christie was doing dictating the pace, really pushing his opponent around the court, and then he just doesn't have that trust in himself to continue his patience.
No. And then there's one, not a bad shot, just a little loose shot, and it's punished immediately from Chen Long. And
yeah.
So in order to challenge Chen Long, you have to be able to do the same as he does, sort of play long rallies without giving a lot of attacking opportunities away to the opponent. And if there's attacking opportunities, you have to be able to defend. So that's sort of the basic thing that you need to do, and then you have to have more weapons than Chen Long has got. And if you should criticize Chen Long a little bit, it might be that he has to work hard for his points. It's not like these spectacular winners he fires away.
Yes, when you compare him to Lin Dan, the Olympic champion, or Lee Chong-wei or Peter Gader in recent years, and Taufik Hidayat, the former world and Olympic champion from Indonesia. That's a beautiful shot. All those players, I can see it in my mind right now, all had really good variation on winners.
Yeah.
Whereas Chen Long has a good powerful smash, he has 1 or 2 good angles, but he doesn't have that creativity in the same way.
No, and that's probably why he needs to be patient. He needs to have a really, really solid basic game.
Yeah.
I remember at the World Championship in 2013, we tried this game of playing spot the low quality shot from Chen.
And we didn't spot many, did we?
No, and the viewers are welcome to try it again here, because there aren't a whole lot of low quality shots.
Which is why he's got game point opportunities, 10 of them. Yep, opening game to the world number 1, Chen of China. Error on the return of serve. Minutes that opening game. Well, I remember a couple of years ago during the Indonesian Open, Steen, there was a retirement ceremony for Taufik Hidayat, and there was a symbolic gesture from the former world and Olympic champion of handing a racket to one of the up-and-coming junior players, and the man he chose to give that racket to was Jonatan Christie. Sort of symbolically handing over the responsibility to lead Indonesia in future. And from what I've seen this week, I think that's a distinct possibility. I know you've mentioned all 3 players, the young team players, but, you know, and certainly watching him in that opening game against Chen, I like the way he was taking the rally to his opponent as much as he could.
Second time he's got a bit of success in aiming for or just outside the left hip of Chen. Let's see if he did it on purpose and if he is going to try it even more here in the remainder of the second game.
It's going wide.
Yeah. A lot of play to the short forehand of Chen. The last couple of rallies. And yesterday, Jonatan Christie, he struggled so much in the second game playing this side closest to the camera, but in this third game he made his comeback from here, down at 13.
13-8 it was.
Yeah.
That was close. Always thinking about a challenge. And I think it was wide. Yeah, good call, line judge. Just missed another one down that line.
It's just terrible to give these easy points away where you're actually in control of the rally, because you know how hard it's going to be scoring the same points again against Chen Long. So his style of play is in some way intimidating on the opponent. They feel they have to go for the lines, they have to go for the net court in order to score points, and by doing so they actually have a very, very big risk of playing themselves out of the game.
Oh, he took it. It was going well wide.
And Xie Shuangzhen on the coaching chair from the total opposite side of the court waves as you should have just left it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a sort of gasp from the crowd, wasn't there?
Yeah. And I agree with you, Jill. I think it would have gone wide. We've seen it all week that the side drift from left to right has taken shuttles out on the sideline, and it's only the last 50 centimeters or so that they actually move from being in to out. Very
quick.
alert.
Yeah, and when you take it that early at the net, you've got so many choices, haven't you? Looks as if initially I thought he was going to
Push it.
Push it, yeah. And then played that lovely little net shot back.
It's the old advice from former world champion Zhao Jinhua. Always move forward with your racket.
Outstretched?
Vertical.
Okay.
Racket head vertical, because then you threaten to push. You can always change your mind. There was the try again. But it's closed. He's playing well, Chen Long.
Yeah, good rally. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. A little bit of
Very good
trickery.
shot, yeah. And I really love that cross on cross shot. If you played cross like here, play it back cross. If you're playing being played cross clear, attack back cross. Very difficult movement to those kind of shots. And often the players that plays these cross shots, they move very quickly to cover the straight shots.
6, 7.
Straight returns, that is.
Oh, he's overdone it.
8, 6.
Oh, unbelievable. Oh! Well, it was a lovely drop shot from Chen Long. In fact, I think it hit the tape, but how on earth did Jonatan Christie? Look at that block. It's delightful. But look at that net shot, even better.
Yeah, he was he was going for the kill, but then he decided that it was impossible, and it was too late to sort of change his mind. No quality in that shot. I think if I were Jonatan Christie, I would try to attack with very quick attacks and not prioritize speed in any way. I would simply prioritize being as quick as possible. And if you're quick and not use a lot of power, it's a little bit easier to be precise. And I feel that would be much more beneficial for him than opting for power in his attacks.
So when you talk about speed, you mean speed of movement rather than speed of shot?
And launch of shot also. Very, very quick launch, not these long swings or arm movements. Very, very short reaction time, racket motion.
Yeah. Missed it. So into the mid-game interval, Chen Long with a 4-point advantage. Well, he's going to have to do something spectacular if his dream is going to become reality.
And I think from that arm movement we saw the shot before, the long arm movement is something that Chen Long uses to judge what kind of shot is coming here. And I won't say it's easy, but it's not so difficult for Chen Long.
Okay, so if you have a shorter swing or motion of the racket, it's more, that in itself creates more deception.
The players use the body position, the movement the arm makes, and actually also the sound to judge what kind of shot is actually coming.
Yeah,
it's quite a fun thing to try and play with the earplugs in, because you're totally lost for slices and so on.
Good defense. Brilliant. Well, just raises his racket in apology for the net court. Oh, that was great skill. Look at that.
Could that be a possibility? The net game. We saw Chen Long close out the forehand corner early on, but you shouldn't be expecting at this level to just be able to play the net and just win the net rallies. You should have some additional shots that looks exactly like the net shots. We saw the push Chen Long was threatening with and making the spinning net shot. Is that something we can see from Jonatan Christie as well?
Yeah, it's gone well long. Oh, there's a challenge. There's a challenge. It was called in.
I think it was a correct call.
Let's have a look. Oh, I'm not so sure.
No.
Hawkeye to adjudicate for us. Well, he was immediate with his challenge, was Jonatan Christie. He must have been awfully sure. And he was right.
Yeah.
He was right. Correction. What a great challenge.
9, 12, line out.
Yeah, these young players probably haven't played with the challenge system prior to this event.
That would mean they should have been on the TV court in a Super Series.
Exactly.
Not so likely.
No. No, but that was a very good challenge indeed.
Well done.
Yeah. Lost his footing. Yeah, he's all right, I think. Crikey, my heart missed a beat there. Seeing the player go down again.
I think there was a deception from Chen here. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Racket head shows speed and then suddenly stops. It's also one of the sort of distinctions between the top players, Super Series level players. They have deceptions on almost all their shots. They don't always use them. Sometimes it's better to go for the quick option, but you should be able to disguise all your shots.
Well, that was one of the rare poor shots from Chen Long. Have you been keeping count?
No, I haven't, but I think it's 2. Because
Yeah.
we notice them whenever they are there. 2 in the second game.
Oh, it's landed well in.
And whenever Jonatan Christie is smashing from his backhand side and smashing straight, he's actually putting himself in trouble. He's not going in any better position, so I would opt for a softer smash and then be more ready for the next rally, because anyway Chen Long is just going to use his own speed against him. Good shot.
Well, he's challenged, but he asked his coach whether he should challenge or not. I don't think that should have been allowed. Did you see that?
I didn't see it.
Did you see him look round at his coach? Oof, this is why we need Hawkeye.
But it's Chen Long who's challenged, right?
Yeah, he was called in,
Yeah.
and
Goes
indeed
in.
it was. But he shouldn't be allowed to ask his coach and look for advice first. The challenge is supposed to be instantaneously. Oh. No. tendency when you move to that round the head position anyway to drag it wide, so that's why you've got to have perfect balance to be able to control it straight down that line.
And even if he hits it straight down, that's the one Chen Long is covering, and very often we've seen him make a cross-court defensive shot, so he might as well try to hit the body or even go across the first time, where he actually hit a winner. Was quite close to being out though.
It's good pressure.
Yeah.
It's perfection. Absolute perfection. Well, he's challenging. He is actually challenging.
Yeah.
I instinctively thought that was on the line. Oh, yes, it was, surely. No, we're not.
Are you sure?
Oh. Are we going to have a little disagreement here, Steen?
It's one of the situations where it's quite hard for the linesman to judge it, but this time they were right. The smash is coming from a little across, very hard to precisely judge where is actually the contact between the shuttle and the floor, because they tend to slide out a little bit.
Yeah. It's a loose neck shot.
It was too easy readable. There were no deception at all.
Yeah. No spin on the shuttle either. No spin, no tumble. Obvious what was coming. There was that straight smash again from round the head.
Yeah. Well played. Suddenly a little bit of change in the playing style of Chen Long, where he took a little bit more initiative.
I think that error coming about because he was trying to keep that initiative going and trying to really play at a faster pace. And it's not really his natural way, as you were pointing out earlier.
So he had to sort of bend down to continue pushing on that one.
Yeah, good variation. That's missed it. Yeah, what a difference when playing round the head, he did something different. Jonatan Christie, that is. Yeah, good call, line judge again. You know, a couple of rallies ago, Steen, and I made comment that his return of serve, Jonatan Christie, was no spin, no tumble. Too obvious what was happening, and I suddenly thought to myself, it's so harsh, that's totally unfair. He's 17 years of age, you know, and here he is playing against the world #1 and world champion. But having said that, This is senior level.
Exactly.
And you have to realise there's a huge difference between junior badminton and play at the senior level.
In a junior tournament, he probably won the tournament now, but here he is at the semi-final in Sudirman Cup. So that's the level of play that he's going to get evaluated by.
Yeah. Well, 3 points adrift at the moment. Jonatan Christie. Oh, that's delightful. Oh.
Good read by Chen Long.
Yeah. Two points away from a second point on the board for China in this semi-final tie. He's done it again.
Oh, what a fantastic net shot there.
And another big difference between the very best in the world and junior level. The courage to play the net. Net shot off a net shot. Played with disguise, taken early. And he's earned himself 5 match point opportunities. Oh, indecision. That will cost him dear. China prevail. 21-10, 21-15.